What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 47, and yes, we're back once again. Now, if you watched the episode I put out 2 weeks ago, episode number 46, then you may as well skip the first couple minutes of this episode. But if you didn't watch that episode and you're wondering what on earth is going on, now I'm going to spend the first couple of minutes of this episode talking about what's going to happen with the future of this series and why it's been a little bit stop-start over the past couple of weeks. Now, to refresh your memory, if you're just coming back, this is how the league and table looks right now. There's 12 games to go. We're top of the table by 4 points. PSG do have a better head-to-head record than us, though, so keep that in mind. But 4 points clear of our rivals, PSG. We're in the quarterfinals of the Coupe Nationale. We'll face Toulouse. We're in the final of the Coupe de Ligue, our first ever cup final. We're taking on Stade Rennais. And in the Champions League, we got for our group. We're into the round of 16, and you'll see the first leg of that tie today, which is against Barcelona. So not the team I wanted to face, but either way, hopefully we'll pull off one of the biggest shocks ever. But still, yeah, today's episode of Club and Country number 47. If you watched the last episode, then you may as well skip the next minute. I'm just going to discuss what's going to happen to the future of this series and why it's been going away. But basically, I stopped Club and Country for a while last month because the views were dropping quite a bit. The engagement, the interest, the enjoyment a lot of you guys were having for this series right at the start of it had basically gone for most people. And I'm not really someone who's content with just churning out episodes, episode after episode and just watching people not really be too fussed about it. I'm someone who wants to better my content always and keep everyone entertained and enjoy my stuff as often as I can, and always, really, every single day. So because of that, I thought it's a good idea to take the series on a break. I took the series on a break. I started Saving Bray. I said that it was going to come back after Saving Bray was finished. Saving Bray's now finished. Career Mode's also finished as well. Therefore, Club and Country's back. Now, I'm going to keep on playing Club and Country until the third season ends. This is our third season. We're halfway through it. Once this season is over, if I can keep the interest levels up until now and the end of the season, then I'll continue for a fourth season. Otherwise, if people still aren't really taken to the idea, then we'll leave it. We'll just leave it. We'll just leave it and say we had some fun. It was enjoyable. It was pretty cool. But it's time to do something else. So that's basically that. Really, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get people interested. I'm gonna see if I can get people interested. If I can, then we'll continue for a fourth season, and then so on. But if not, then unfortunately we'll just have to leave it there. But it's a bit of a shame because I really like making episodes in this series. I really like Club and Country as the idea. Obviously did it last year with Racing Santander. Really enjoying it with Paris FC as well in France with our rivals PSG. But again, it's one of those series where not everyone's taken to it, and I want to entertain as many people as possible. But either way, we'll play through to the end of Season 3, and hopefully we'll get people interested, and I'll continue for Season 4 and onwards. But still, we lost to Nice there in the first game of today's episode. So coming back in Club and Country world, I was thinking first game back here with Paris FC. Got to make sure we get the win, and we lost. So pretty frustrating. That's now 2 defeats in a row in the league, and not good motivation going into the game against Barcelona either. So coming into this game here against Barcelona, the biggest game of the season so far, Paris FC in their first ever Champions League year. We got them into the Champions League last year. We narrowly missed out on the league title, but into the Champions League, that was a great achievement. We got for our group. We had Celtic, Zenit, and Chelsea. We got for our group. We now take on Barcelona in round of 16. Of course, you watch my career mode series, you'll know that Barcelona are our series rivals. I got the better of Barcelona in the 6th season in the Champions League final, but now taking on with Paris FC, it's a bit different, We were Milan, one of the best sides in the world. I'm using Paris FC here, and let's be honest, there are some decent young players, but they're not that great. So taking on Barcelona, we were going to be massive underdogs here despite being at home. It was a snowy night here in Paris, so I was looking forward to the game. Yannick Giron had a good chance to open a scoring for us in the 25th minute. Little Yannick Giron there winning a header, but sadly headed it over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But it was 0-0 at the break. Barcelona had looked stronger, but in the second half, 4 minutes after the restart, what a great chance for us to take the lead here as Thierry Ambrose runs through. Jordi Alba catches up though. That sort of put me off a little bit of Ambrose. Had to take the shot on early, and Bravo made a good save and turned upon for a throw. So still 0-0. A couple minutes later though, we had another great chance to make it 1-0, and we really should have done as well because Thierry Ambrose was played through by Lamar, who rolled it off to him on a play. And Ambrose, who is Mr. Reliable, who scores all the time, has such a great goal-to-game ratio for us. Our top scorer in the first 2 years. He's, usually so clinical. Blazed that shot way over the bar, and what a big miss. Barcelona then hit the woodwork twice in quick succession, and going past the hour mark, I was wondering how it was still 0-0, but Iniesta said you don't need to wonder anymore, so I'm going to make it 1-0 and give us an away goal. The experienced midfielder opens the scoring for the away side and makes it Paris FC 0, Barcelona 1. A goal was coming. I don't know how it was goalless for so long in this game. There were so many chances for both sides, but eventually a goal was going to get scored, and unfortunately it went to the away side as they claim a crucial crucial away goal. Iniesta with it, and what a lovely goal this was as well. Such neat passing here. I mean, this build-up was just, like, this is the sort of stuff that the AI can do with ease, and unfortunately for us playing this game, we can't do it at all, can we? They can play beautiful, but we can't. So Iniesta with a glorious goal there. Well, I can't. You guys probably can, but I can't. But anyway, Iniesta with a glorious goal there. A wonderful team goal. Expect nothing less from Barcelona, and it is indeed Paris FC 0, Barcelona 1. So we were doing okay to hold on until just past the hour mark here. You know, we were massive underdogs going into this game, but unfortunately Barcelona did take the lead in this one and make it 1-0. And from kickoff, we almost equalised straight away, but Claudio Bravo made an incredible save there and kept it at 1-0 for his side. And the final chance fell 11 minutes before the end here as Sergio Busquets gets on the ball, plays it through towards Dongu. A really good chance here, but Bayern makes a great save and keeps us in the tie as well. Had Dongu scored that, you would have thought we'd certainly be out going into the second leg, but instead, we do lose the game by just a goal to nil, and that save could be crucial as you go to the Nou Camp trailing by a goal. So final score, Paris FC 0, Barcelona 1. It's not a bad result, and that's the funny thing, it's not a bad result at all, losing that game 1-0, because we're still in the tie going to the Nou Camp. You know, we lost that game by 2 or 3 goals, for example, conceding 2 or 3 away goals, we certainly would have been out, but instead, there were some positives in that game. We were quite unlucky, and there's definitely a chance for us to possibly pull off a shock at the Nou Camp, but we will still be massive underdogs, and unfortunately couldn't get a goal in that one. But either way, that is now 3 defeats in a row, no goals in our last 3, and no wins in our last 6. So coming back here in Club and Country World with Paris FC, it's not been a good return, has it? Not a great start for us whatsoever. Beginning to look a little bit worse for wear, and I do want to point out as well that in the last episode we did indeed beat Bordeaux, but that was on penalty, so effectively it would have counted as a draw. But either way, we haven't really won a game in 90 minutes, if you will, in the last 6, and beginning to look a little bit worse for wear, and just not playing how we usually do. And it's kind of frustrating as well, because a lot of people have been saying that one of the reasons they don't like this series as much as they possibly could is because we seem to win a lot of the time, and an awful lot of the time as well. Well, clearly not right now. We're beginning to struggle a little bit, and you know, this team is not that great. We need to start playing though with really good form like we did at the start of the season. We were great last season, we were great at the start of this season as well. Now though, beginning to look a little bit poor. But either way, we're taking on Stade Reims here for the third and final game of today's episode back in Ligue 1, and with no wins in our last 6, we had to get it right in this one away from home. And what a great start for us, because 39 minutes in, we will see that Glombard, the Stade Reims defender, got sent off for this last-ditch challenge on Thierry Ambrose here, and I think the referee called it right. There was a man covering, but Ambrose is rapid, and I don't think he was going to get caught, so I think the referee called that one spot on there as he was approaching the penalty area. So, red card, and Stade Reims are down to 10 men, and again, some referees might have given a booking due to the defender getting back, but for me, Ambrose has got all the pace in the world. I don't think he was going to get caught, and of course, in my opinion, if you bring him down close to the area, that's a clear goal-scoring opportunity, in my opinion, for a striker like Ambrose. It certainly is, and the referee called it right. So, red card, the home side down to 10 men, and little Yannick Giron would stand up and take this free kick. He reminds me of Pirlo. He's wearing a number 21. He's got that glorious beard. He can score free kicks. His first goal for us was a free kick, but unfortunately, this one doesn't find the back of the net. Instead, hit the top of the bar. So, still goalless in this game. But how about this in the 45th minute? Talk about getting let off the hook. What Stade Reims were doing here, I have absolutely no idea. They had a free kick inside their area, and it almost cost them a goal because the goalkeeper passed it to the defender, who then walked into him. He fell on the floor, and unfortunately, the header by Boga, after we got ourselves into the area, went wide of the post. So, still goalless, but I don't know what happened there, but it was still goalless, still 0-0. In the 52nd minute, though, another great chance for us to make it 1-0, but Thierry Ambrose was denied once again. Hasn't scored in a while now, Thierry Ambrose. Didn't score there, and it was still 0-0. And in the 66th minute, it was still goalless. Thiago gets on the ball, plays through towards Thierry Ambrose. Is he going to score this time? No, because again, he's denied by the goalkeeper, and it is still goalless. So, still 0-0 in this game. Desperate to find a goal from somewhere. The home side playing with 10 men since the 40th minute. We should have taken the lead by now. Jeremy Boga then spurned our latest of chances here in the 73rd minute, and it was still 0-0. And I was thinking to myself, we just can't win, we just can't score, nothing's going right. But in the 77th minute, Shenkua off the bench, swings it across the far post. What a ball that is. Thierry Ambrose heads it across the face of the goal, and there is his teammate, Jeremy Boga, to tap it in and make it Stade Reims, Paris FC 1, Stade Reims 0, Paris FC 1 I should say. And with 12 minutes to go, we we take the lead, we score for the first time in a few games, and it looks like we're going to win for our first time in the last 6 as well. So delighted with that. We left it very late, and I was thinking to myself as the game was going on, if we don't win this one, it will be a huge loss for us, losing ground in the title race. PSG could overtake us if we slip up here. We're playing against a side who have got 10 men for all of the second half and a bit of the first half as well. Not scoring in this game would be disastrous, but thankfully for us, a great cross by Chenkua, one of those teasing balls over the crossbar, really. The goalkeeper didn't know what to do for it, came towards the far post there, and a great backwards header by Thierry Ambrose, gave it to his teammate Boga, who had the easy task of finding the empty net. So Stade Reims 0, Paris FC 1, and straight from kickoff here, the home side push bodies forward, looking for an equalising goal, and with them playing with 10 men, them having a man disadvantage, they were always going to be exposed to the back, and once Thierry Ambrose received the ball, he could have beat the last man one-on-one. He's got the ability to do that, dribble around the last defender, use his agility and then his balance and then his pace as well to get through one-on-one, but instead, he saw Saint-Maximin running, he gave it to him instead, said, you know what, usually I score, instead I'll get the assist, gives it to him, and it's a great little finish by Saint-Maximin, who last season was terrible, this season a little bit better. That's now his third goal in the league, makes it Stade Reims 0, Paris FC 2. So final score, 2-0 to Paris FC. No wonder Barmy's happy, a clean sheet for him, and no wonder I'm happy as well. That was such a big win for us, that was, such a psychological boost for us after struggling for so long. I thought if we don't win this game, it will be really hurtful, but instead to pull it out later on, very pleasing, and for Thierry Ambrose as well. Unfortunately, I only got credit with 1 assist, not 2, so I can only imagine the assist went for the through ball. I don't think you can get headed assist, but either way, Ambrose with 1 assist, should have been 2, but did get my man the match and played well despite not scoring again, as we still stay top of the table with a really important win with 10 games to go. But that is going to today's episode of Club and Country though, guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget, like I said at the start of the video, this series will resume until season 3, so expect to see more of this in your sub box over the next week or so. Thanks very much for watching though. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon. And I'll meet this time. I'll be back very soon, I promise.